Adam Christ from MyMMAnews.com, being joined once again by the Moroccan Devil, Youssef Zalal, and he will be taking on Peter Barrett, and it goes down on August 8th. Another short notice fight for my man Youssef Zalal. Youssef, bro, we're talking so much like every month now, man. How's it going, bro?
I know we becoming real close friends, dog.
I know, right? How are things, man?
Pretty good, man. How about you?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you for asking. So everything, we're still living in such a crazy world right now. You know, every state's different with lockdowns and everything. So what's going on in Colorado for you guys?
Nothing. I mean, it's still like a lot of mask requirement, obviously, but besides that, like just training and like people working still, but like, you know how it is. It's like you can only work certain things and do certain things, but besides that, it's pretty much training.
So you've had your 2 wins in the UFC. You made your splash. You've been doing really well, and now you're taking on somebody who's actually making their debut in the UFC. What's it feel like now that the tables are a little bit turned? You got some of the UFC bouts under him. He's a Dana White Contender Series vet, obviously, but now you're getting to welcome somebody in the UFC. How's that feel?
I mean, I don't care at least.
No?
I mean, yeah, I really don't. But it's the same. It's the same. But I'm gonna make sure to welcome him for sure. So.
So I wanted to ask, man, your first fight was on the Reyes and Bones Jones card. You're right. Yeah. So you went from fighting in front of like 17,500 people, and then your last fight was maybe under 100, however many people were there in an empty room, right? So can you tell us the vast difference between both? Like, how was it for you?
So I did not fight around 17,000. So I only fought because I was the first fight. So it was like maybe 1,000 or so. So it's not that bad.
Right.
But
I was just counting the gate.
Yeah, but the atmosphere was weird, like super weird for me. Like I was shocked. Like I was like, oh my God, like I walk in and I was like, what the hell is this, man? Like there's not even like nobody, just like everybody just staring at each other and like everybody just staring at the cage. That's it. Like the commission, everything just got their hands wrapped and just looking at like this. And I was like, oh my God, this is weird. Like this is very weird. You can't even hear the announcers like Dominic Cruz, John Attic. You can't hear them no more because they have the
yeah.
So that changed too. So I was like, holy shit! So like all you can hear is the coaches. That's it.
Yeah. So was it a little bit fun? I mean, just because it was a different atmosphere for a fight.
It was definitely fun, but it's just different. Like different the whole thing. Like wake up. Like fight week was a whole different story. It was different for sure.
Right. Yeah. So Steve Garcia was originally supposed to be taking on Barrett in this fight. He had to withdraw for whatever reasons it is, and you stepped in on short notice yet again. Can you tell us how this all came together, man? I know you stay ready, but how did this all come together?
I was sitting home. I was about to play video games, and it was like around 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. I get a call from my coach, and I was like, this is weird. Why would I get a call from my coach? He's usually asleep by like 9, you know?
Right.
I was like, why the hell is he calling me? I thought I did something bad. I was like, what the hell is going on? And then all of a sudden he's like, 1 second, and then he added my manager to the call. So I was like, what the hell? And then he's like, yeah, like he just started joking with me and stuff like that. And then he was like, no, I'm actually got you a fight. And I was like, what? When? He's like, August 8th. I was like, what? Ain't nothing else to do, so let's take it.
I like that. I love that attitude, man. Like I said, a lot of people, they've been taking their time. They've been finding excuses and everything. You're finding every excuse to get in that cage, to get the experience under your belt. Where does that drive separate you from the other fighters, man? Because it is a vast difference. Other people they're being a little bit spoiled by this, taking the time off. You're grinding, bro. Where does that mentality come from? 23 years old, man. 23.
I don't know, man. It's I guess it's in the family, but I was like, you ain't got nothing else to do, and this is your job, so might as well just take the best opportunities you can. So that's exactly what I'm doing. You know, it's like I see an opportunity in my face, so I'll take it. So
just reporting to the office, man. So how do you feel about the matchup with Barrett?
it's a tough matchup, you know. It's
Yeah.
not he's not no easy guy, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
that's I'm excited about that to really test myself. Even though in short notices, I love to test myself and to see what I can do new and like see what I can learn from the last fight, you know.
Mm-hmm. Did you pay attention to his Dana White Contender Series fights? Or, I mean, obviously, I'm sure you've looked back at some tape now, but is it anybody that you were kind of checking out before?
No, no, really. I don't usually check out like fighters like, oh shit, like I might fight this guy one day. Like, yeah, the big guys, you know, like
Yeah, yeah.
all these big guys. But beside that, not really, no.
So both you guys have your dynamic finishes, both on the ground and standing up. So both you guys, needless to say, are versatile and well-rounded. How do you personally foresee this bout going?
I mean, I see him coming on forward and trying to take my head off, just like everybody else. Like the last two, I mean, fighting, but I was like, for me, it's like I don't know if you saw, like I'm very hard to hit. I'm not easy to hit.
No,
So
no.
So and like I said, man, it's gonna do. I'm doing a lot of testing, just for his cardio and all this stuff. So for me, I just want to fight and show to myself that there's a lot of things that I learned, just especially from the last fight. So I wanted to go in there and really show myself that I really can get better, like a lot better than the last fight.
And I was watching before we were talking one of the pressers from previously, and you said in your UFC debut you were fighting like a Pokemon, just going every which way. And in the last fight, you were really standing your ground in the center of the cage, man. Especially with a seasoned vet like that. I mean, you're gaining the experience needed, like to be well versed in what every situation needed. How was it to be? Because you're light on your feet. You're very, quick. You're evasive. How was it to stand your ground in the middle of the cage with that dude?
It was not that different, you know. It was
No?
like, no, it was like you can tell like he doesn't have that much like. I'm not throwing no disrespect or nothing. It's just there's not as much as power as like Ostalingo. When I fought Ostalingo, I know.
Right.
You look at the tape and like you see the difference. You know, he's putting out people to sleep and he's choking people or he's keeping the pace. So for me, it was styles mixed matchup. You know, styles mixed matchup. So for me as a 23, I wanna be able to do a lot of styles and really fight a lot of styles and different matches. You know, not always the same time, but sometimes you get the same matchup. But I don't know. I feel like I learned so much, like you said, just being there for 6 rounds. You know, that's 30 minutes just in the UFC cage. So for me, it's a blessing in disguise that I really learned that young as a 23, and I'm still learning as a 23 in that cage.
Yeah, man. Like I was just saying, and like you were just saying as well, both of your fights in the UFC have been polar opposite fights as when you look at them as far as just how you took those bouts in the cage. So I want to ask you, man, what do you see as far as in Peter Barrett? What do you think his strengths are going into this bout?
He's like a real grindy guy, man. Like he just stays on you, like doesn't care, like he'll just go. So that's why I'm excited about to really have him just push me to some level that I've never been pushed before. So I would we'll see.
And getting to know you a little bit, I guess you're ready to push his lungs a little bit, as you've been known to say before.
Oh yeah, I told you, man. I was like, I don't care. You'll fight me in a week notice, and your lungs will still be on fire with me. I don't care if you're winning or losing. Like I said before, I was like, I really try to stay on that high condition, like this high. I train in Colorado, might as well use it. You know, I was like, you have an extra weapon, might as well use it, man. Why I need to hide it all the way to the top? You know, might as well use it right now.
And going from your last bout, you were saying that you wanted to go to bantamweight, and you and I were talking a little bit before, and you were saying you don't think that's really in the cards anymore. Can you explain that process?
Yeah, man. Like again, I'm fighting short notice. At 35, I can't do that.
Right.
You know, I got 35. Maybe I'm fighting twice a year. Yes. Excuse me.
You're fine.
Yeah, twice a year. So like, I went to the PI and did all my testing and found out like I was 134 with no just straight muscle with no fat on me.
What?
So to make 35, like I gotta be like 0% fat or
Yeah.
something like that. So
Yeah.
I understand I'm young and all that, but it just makes no sense, you know. So
Yeah.
for me, I was like, change that to call. We talked to strength conditioning coaches, we talked to my nutritionist, we talked to coaches, sat down and really had a good talk about it, and said, yeah, let's definitely stick with 45. So my whole training, not training wise, like not MMA training wise, but strength conditioning and diet is all completely changed.
Really? Can you discuss any of the specific trainings as far as strength and conditioning that you've added to your regimen to build muscle?
Yeah, so like I'm training 3 times a week, just lifting weights 3 times a week instead of doing lifting on Tuesday and cardio on Tuesday and then cardio on Wednesday. I'm doing all lifting now.
So I mean, the silver lining of that whole thing is you're crushing it at featherweight in the UFC, right? So I mean, you might be a little bit bummed out, maybe, I don't know, but I mean, even though bantamweight was a goal, how do you feel going forward as a featherweight?
I'm excited, man. You know, I get to
Yeah.
show my little ass get bigger and go out there and really show what I can do at 45.
Well, you're still young, man, like you said. So I mean, if you're going to do it and bulk up now, I mean, now's the time to do it. You're such a young man that only the sky's the limit, man. So, hey, I always appreciate your time, man. If I can only ask one more question, I know you're not a big call your shot guy, but how do you see this one playing out?
Nah, man, I'm trying to make a statement. I really am trying to make a statement this fight. So I don't know, man. I'm looking for a finish for sure. Like I never said it. Like I never said it in my UFC debuts and my second fight. Like I just went out there and just have fun. Like I'm willing to do that on this fight. But for me, I just wanna make a statement and really show some things to myself that I can really do.
Awesome, man. Well, we look forward to it here. Everybody at My MMA News, we're looking forward to it, man. Youssef, I appreciate you taking the time as always. Any sponsors, coaches, social media shout outs? The floor is yours, man. I want you to get your brand and your name out.
Nah, thank you, man. Thank you for having me again, bro. Like I said, we're always talking every month now.
I know, right? We'll catch up for the next one. But look, man,
yeah.
Again, Thursday you're taking off for Vegas. Best of luck, and we'll talk soon, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
All right, there he goes, Youssef Zalal. He's getting ready to take on Peter Barrett. It's going down in just a couple weeks on August 8th. For Youssef Zalal, I'm Adam Christ. Make sure you keep it locked to mymmanews.com for all your fight news needs.